Good morning, pregame crew. How are y'all doing? It is Wednesday, December 29th, 8:25 a.m. Eastern, 6:25 a.m. Mountain Time. This is Chart Gal Lori, and you have found yourself at the pregame show. Hi, Jorge. You have your code above. I finally got it. Sorry for the delay. Pregame 50 for $50 off the first month of TCG membership. If this is your first time here, I rarely talk business. I talk charts. That's what we do. But we do have a community that, of course, we do love to promote. So I talk about it for about 30 seconds of the 30 minutes that I'm on. Thank you, Jorge. I appreciate it. Hey, Tamazon. Hey, your greatest fan. Wait Killa, John Mason, Shane. Thank you, Shane. Amara Asia, Luciano, Marshall, Night Truck, Roger. Good morning. I have a question for you. I need to figure out a way to do a survey for YouTube. I know how to do a survey in Slack for TCG members, but I don't know how to do one on YouTube. So I'm just going to ask you to throw it in chat. What do you like about the pregame show, and what would you change about the pregame show? It's the end of the year. I want to improve. As always, I'm constantly looking to improve, and I want to provide the most value to you and help you become a consistently profitable trader, because that's what we exist for. That's what we do. So let me know. Hey, Van, I bet you're cold. I hear it's really cold up in Canada. I'm in Idaho. Super cold here. Hey, Mary, Armin, Dimitro, Scott from Ukraine. That's cool. I sincerely appreciate that you're all here, and I would sincerely appreciate if you'd all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button. There's Tom K. Tom, your work in the strat is just unbelievable. I'm in awe of you and all the things that you're writing. Oh, you're sweet, Luciana. Hey, Michael. How are ya? I've got some interesting things, at least I think they're interesting to talk about this morning. We will go over them. I mentioned to y'all about the 2-course bundle that we are running through Sunday. chartguys.com/trading-courses, or you could just go to chartguys.com and then hit trading courses. It looks like this. And then any 2 bundles that you want of our courses are on sale for $179.99. So that's my sales pitch. If you're not following me on Twitter, why not? Chartgal Lori, that is my handle. Welcome. Thank you for being here. We are going to do our same thing we always do, which are the indices, crypto, commodities, movers and shakers of the day. I'm going to change it up just a little bit with US 2-year and US 10-year, which I think is having some significant impact to the market. So I will go over that. Hey, Veronica. Oh, that's interesting, John. That's a nice recommendation. John is saying, look back at the previous day's recommendation so we can learn from the review. I'll do that right now. We have 2 minutes before we get started. Netflix. I know some people in the TCG room killed this. So right here, when Netflix broke over that 615 resistance right here, I went long, and then it immediately pulled back to a new low of day. That is my signal and will forever be my signal to get out. I lost about $300 on that pullback, and we have people that took advantage of this pullback and bought it, and they had successful trades. I did not. I traded it according to my playbook and my fishing pole, and it didn't work for me. So that's Netflix. 615 was broken, 615.70, pulled back to new low of day. I'm outie. I'm out of there. And then some people made money on it. So that was a little tricky setup. XLE, I traded very well, I think. So we have been watching, So we've been watching here. We talked about it yesterday, 56.64. That was our key level to short. We were gapping up near that. I have a bearish thesis on oil at the moment. So I like that those two were coming together along with SPY consolidation was anticipated. So I shorted it and I posted. What's really cool about being in a community is I posted the setup. XLE daily top held at moment in short for next week's puts. I took off 1/3 for 15, took off 1/3 for 30% profit, 50% profit, all out. all real time entries and exits. So I gave y'all XLE as a queen of the mountain. So this trade here, so I top fished is 56.61. Let me pull it down so you can see it. 56.65 was that top, so 56.61. We hit it, pulled back to new low of day, lower high, and I entered right here, posted live, and then I exited about right here as we were actually right here as we were approaching the low of day, and I got out. But that was a pretty successful trade from yesterday. All right, let's get started. So I left the fibs on from yesterday, but what I'm overall watching today are these 2-hour diamond patterns, and I can show you a little bit better on Nasdaq. So on Nasdaq, let me click on this so you can see it. And we're breaking bear from, I drew this 3 hours ago. So we are breaking bear from this diamond bearish reversal pattern. In order to confirm, we need to get below 16452. Now remember, what did we talk about a billion times yesterday morning? Be on the lookout for these tops that have been hit so many times. So on a pullback, look for them to hold. Well, they held initially. Now will they hold on the second test? So if we break that bear, so this is very important. If we break that bear and we hit 16426, look over here, 16426, that is hourly oversold. If we hit that area and we don't get follow through, that could be a perfect area for a daily bull flag. You see that? Let me draw the fibs and show you. Oh, let me try to draw the fibs and show you. So we could get down all the way to 16213. The bulls wouldn't like that and possibly be a bull flag. So let's do this again. This is the most important story of the day right here. So we have this diamond bearish reversal pattern. They have, I think someone looked it up, 58% or 60% chance of following through. So better than 50, we like those odds. We are breaking bear right now. If we lose this key area, 16452, we would be looking down, and it'll continue to adjust. We'll be looking down at 16426, where the hourly oversold area would be. This is the RSI that shows you where things are oversold. We would be looking for a bounce from that spot. What do I do with that information? Okay, well, I could set, easiest thing to do is tell me when the hourly RSI, and we're on the hourly time frame now, crosses 30. Boom. So now I have an alert set. So this is what I'm watching today. This is how we do it. I said I wouldn't sing anymore because I don't want y'all to run away. We are at the hourly 50 MA. The diamond pattern is not as clear on ES, so I didn't draw it. We have support of 4775. We need to hold 4770. Then your next support is down at 4766. All right, resistance is up at 4790, then 4798. And let me be clear, I'm looking temporarily bearish, but I'm still looking up at 4881. Let me put that on the daily so it's a little clearer. Messy. So I am looking at 4881 as my target. I showed y'all yesterday the Keltner channel. This is 3 channels up from the mean is up at 4881. Actually, today is 4875. Came in a little bit. So yesterday, I did not explain the difference between a Keltner channel and Bollinger Band very well, so let's read it. The difference between two studies is Keltner channels represents volatility using the high and low prices. Bollinger Bands specifically rely on the standard deviations. So they show you when price breaks above and below. And this blue line, look at the definition here, is multiplier of 3 times. Tell me when price is 3 times outside the average true range. Average true range is the difference between the high and the low of the day for the last 10 days. That's what the Keltner channel uses. So we have ATR 1, ATR 2, ATR 3. Keltner channel 3 is ATR 3. We are 3 times outside the average true range. And typically, we went over this yesterday, looking here, this is where you would see price pull back. And sure enough, it pulled back. Okay. So we got that out the way. Got that out the way. So looking at the daily RSI, we are only at 60. So a pullback to hourly oversold on ES would be about 4757. 4757, that would be a perfect area to possibly snag the bottom of this bull flag. So we have a potential head and shoulders here, and it's ugly. It is so ugly. It looks better on the 2 hour. But we have a possible head and shoulders here. If you're a member of TCG, you know I talk about this a lot. So I can't clear all this off because that would give me anxiety. So let me do this. So I talk about a lot of faux head and shoulders with a bear break with very little follow through. Zoom out and look for potential bull flag on a higher time frame. So we see this a lot. I post faux head and shoulders, and I'm from Louisiana. I like using AUX or EAUX. Faux head and shoulders, zoom out, look for a bull flag on a higher time frame. Okay, well, let's do that here. So doing that here, the potential daily, now I'm gonna have to clear it all off. The potential daily bull flag, or the potential bull flags on the daily. We do have upper wicks of profit taking. That's not what we want to see on bull flags. We want to see bulls buying the dip with lower wicks, but I would say this is still very, very constructive. No problems here. And I think we're set up really well for a nice trade today using hourly oversold. And Dan posted these setups as well, so I'm 100% with him on looking for hourly oversold on NVIDIA, Tesla, Apple, and SPY. And I am down with that plan. Okay. So let's look at the US 2-year, which hardly a lot of people talk about. So this is actually quite alarming. So in the past quarter, so I just did a rough here, so just don't quote me exactly. I mean, if you want to be exact, I'd have to move this to the closing price, but we get the picture. In the past 3 months, since October 1 or September, week of September 27th, we are up 180% of the 2-year. So the 2-year has the recency bias, meaning it's factoring in inflation now, and it's going to impact the 2-year quicker than it would impact the 10-year. And I should put the disclaimer, first of all, that I'm no macro specialist, but I am Chart Gal Lori from the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis, and you're at the pregame show, and I'm a technical analyst, definitely not a macro expert, but I do like to factor in macros into the equation a little bit just to give me some background as to what's happening and why it's happening. This is the alarming part of the economy right now. The 2-year is signaling danger, 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 inflation incoming. The 10-year, same time period, I don't know if you can see that. It's only up, well, I'm moving it around now, but basically, trust me, it's up about 3.5%. So, well, I'm going to do it right. Let me show you. So September is right here. That's not it. We're up about 4%. 4% on the 10-year and 180% on the 2-year. This is very alarming for the market next year. Not today, but next year. This will have to be addressed, and it will have to be addressed quickly by the feds, and that's what they're doing with the interest rate hikes. But I think that it's happening on a faster pace than what they're planning for, and we just need to be prepared for it. What does that mean? That means I'm going to make sure I don't have 100% of my account invested in the market at one time, and I'm going to decrease my position size going into next year. Okay. VIX. So on the VIX, what are we looking at? So right now we got 30-minute higher high, higher low. But on the hourly, we are looking for a lower high compared to 1834. So about right here, I would expect a lower high. So what does that line up with? A lower high on the VIX on the hourly would match up with this hourly oversold thesis here. About here. So that's where I'm looking for the market to bounce. Does it mean it'll bounce? Heck no, it can do whatever it wants, and it will do whatever it wants. but it's just a nice place to look for those two correlations, VIX topping out and then the market bottoming out and reversing, because these bull flag structures are very good. Despite what I said about the US 10-year, which I think that's a problem, we can kick the can down the road for next year and the market will have to deal with that. But today, technical analysis, this is set up very well for continuation pattern after just a matter of a small amount of consolidation, a little bit more. How far would that be? I'm going to leave this for sure on my chart. I like to go back and see how things worked out. Yeah, that's not big. 0.4% down. That's not big at all. So this is a pretty interesting setup. I hope we have a clear picture. Now, it could just keep going down for sure, but I think that we have a good layout and plan for the day. Nasdaq. My chart is so busy. I normally have the Keltner channel hidden, so that's probably part of the problem and the back burner. So I hope that's not too busy. So I'm keeping this on my chart. 16452 is the key level, the absolute key level. Thanks, Alnick. I appreciate it. So that's the key level. If we break from that, we're looking in the 1642 area, 420, and your resistance 16564. RTY resistance 2252 and 2240. 2252 and 2240. And I normally go over my chart setup. I didn't do that today. I wanted to jump right in with all this business we got to take care of, but you can go back to yesterday or any show before then. At the beginning, I have my chart layout and what the EMAs mean. YM. So YM, we have not lost this hourly support, which is pretty telling. We're holding 36250. So the Dow is relatively outperforming the other three indices. And you have resistance at 36355. And if I haven't said it lately, hit the like button, please. All right. And the subscribe button would be great too. Bitcoin. This is what I wrote yesterday. Bearish divergence to the markets. And I literally said to y'all, Bitcoin is super bearish to the market. I don't know if it's going to be a laggard to the market or is it the canary in the coal mine signaling incoming consolidation for the market. And sure enough, it was the canary in the coal mine signaling incoming consolidation in the market. Bitcoin is a risk on category and they started selling the risk on categories the day before yesterday. So Monday, a little bit quicker than they sold off the market. But yesterday was super mild sell-off. It wasn't big at all. We have support at 45568, then 45496. 4 hour is oversold. Hourly's oversold. Daily has a ways to go. But each time we get a bobble, y'all, every time we get a bobble, which is a bear flag, we cool off RSI, then we can go down farther. So just remember, every little bounce that doesn't get any follow through on trend change is just cooling off that RSI and giving bears more room to the downside. Ethereum. Ethereum, you have support at 36463, resistance 4128 and 4157. Let's look at the 4 hour on Ethereum. It is more beat up than Bitcoin. RSI is 23. So as long as we hold this 3643 and you were looking for a bottom fish, I would be bottom fishing Ethereum, pointing at this RSI over here because the RSI is just a little more beat up. Could get a little bit bigger dead cat bounce here. Gold has pulled back significantly. The dollar, that's interesting. The dollar got a big bounce and pulled back, and now GC. And they're not always one for one correlated, but it is interesting that the dollar and gold are pulling back and Bitcoin. When the house is on fire, you're going to leave everything behind, grab the kids and run out the door and grab your cash. And that's when Bitcoin, the dollar, and gold all get thrown out the door together. That's a flight to safety. So we just need to be aware of that. I'm not saying this is a major crash in the market. It is something to note. 1785 has been a key support for gold for a while now. You have resistance 1808, 1821. All right, oil. I shorted oil overnight. I posted my entry in commodities. I covered this morning at $75.40. I posted my exit real time. Why am I shorting oil? Because we're at the daily 0.618 retrace. nearing the golden pocket, and we're stuck under the daily 50 MA. And we have oil inventory this morning, so I covered pretty quickly overnight because I don't want to get caught in any type of big bull explosion in oil on a binary event like inventory, which is at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, I believe. Please confirm. Resistance 75.90, 75.99, support 75.46, and then 75.39. The oil chart looks great. Let me show you something that I really was fussing at myself about this morning. So I shorted XLE yesterday. We had this level here, 56.64, and then look over here. Let me put it on the weekly so you can really see it. I love charts if I haven't said that yet this morning. 56.65, that's the high from June. That's what we're getting caught up on over here. RSI is still above 50 on the weekly. On the daily, we're above 50 now, but we're running into the daily 50 MA. It's a logical area to short. But I want you to just look at this chart, okay? Kind of take a picture in your head. Look at the squeeze. And the odds favor we're going to get a higher low compared to either 54.26 or 51.66 on any pullback. But look at this chart. Put it in your memory bank. Now let me show you another one. Look at KLAC. You see this action? Oops. The only thing that's different is we were above the 50 MA. But you see how similar that is to XLE before the explosion? So KLAC was a swing report name from this weekend, and it went 4% on Monday. It had a great performance. So the 50 MA is the only fly in the ointment for the XLE bulls. I'm still looking bearish today, but I'm just filing a note that we do have a squeeze, and oil is not tore up from the floor up. This is not a broken down chart. We're in a daily uptrend with a potential daily bull flag. So that's another reason I took my foot off the gas on the oil short. Aw, Bo, congratulations. You're having a baby. Yay. Yes, ES futures are the futures. SPX 500 and SPY are the spot prices essentially. And futures drive the bus. They run about 23 hours a day, 5 days a week. So they provide more information. So that's why I use ES. You don't necessarily have to trade futures to use ES for technical analysis. Bo, if I had to answer that question, I would say Ford. I like Ford. I think the Ford chart looks good. I think the company fundamentals are turning around with EV. I don't know. My dad would say fix or repair daily, but I think it's looking pretty good. Nat Gas, we're getting a bearish reversal candle on the 4 hour with profit taking. You can see that coming in here. This prior support is karate chopping price right here. Resistance 410. I don't have a clear read on Nat Gas, so I haven't been trading it. It's just overall looking bearish with a potential weekly bear flag. So if anything, shorting bounces is the prudent thing to do, but it's not clear because we're looking for the monthly higher low. Let me say that again. Nat Gas, the biggest picture there is, monthly, right here, monthly. We are looking for a monthly higher low. However, we have a potential weekly bear flag. I don't know what to do with that. I mean, I guess 4 hour oversold would be the place to look for it. But we got 4 hour oversold over here and the bulls couldn't do anything with it. So I would up the ante and say, okay, maybe a 12 hour oversold is where I look for monthly higher low. So right now, shorts only for me on Nat Gas, and while being cautious looking for the monthly higher low. Apple, this is the chart from yesterday. Yes, it's busy with a lot of lines. Don't chide me for it. Don't fuss at me. So yesterday, it helped us tremendously yesterday. The $3 trillion market cap on Apple is at 182.86. So 182.86. And we said if price were to get to that level, it could act as synthetic resistance. We then talked about, look at this prior resistance level 181.25 and look for the sneak where price pops over and then rejects. What did it do yesterday? Popped over and rejected. So going into today, here are your key levels. Support 179.07, 178.53, resistance 180.10, 180.66, and 181.33. And what the way I'm trading is, look here. I have my alarm. Look, read it. Alert, RSI. Tell me when it's crossing 30 on Apple hourly. and then I'll be interested in it. And that would be around. Hit that like button, please. I am from Louisiana originally. I live in Idaho now. I describe my indicators almost every morning, but this morning. Let me make it real quick and easy for you, all right? The green is the 8 EMA, the red is the 21 EMA, and the yellow is the 50 EMA. The yellow candles are just inside bars showing me where price is tightening. This is basic old RSI, and this is the Squeeze Pro indicator telling me when price is coiling. And I can sometimes tell when price is coiling when it's going sideways and chopping. Sometimes it's chopping versus price compressing, and that's what the indicator tells me. So Apple hourly oversold is what I'm looking for. ALK. ALK, Alaska Air says winter weather, Omicron causing more delayed cancel flights. We're running into that daily 50 MA, and we have a double top of sorts at 53.40, 53.29, 11-cent double top. I'm looking for a short. This is a queen of the mountain. Queen of the mountain. Looking for a short compared to 53. Let's call it 53.44, that pre-market level. KK. Flow. You can see my RSI settings good. I hope you can. I hope you can see them. I'm not hiding anything. All right, this is an interesting chart. The volume was a little low yesterday, so I'm being cognizant of that. But let's talk about squeezes. Look at this. RSI over 50, volume drying up in this tightening pattern. This sucker is coiled like an anaconda, or in my case, a water moccasin. It is ready to strike. So you have resistance at 86.67, then 86.95 right behind it. It must clear. I like flow to the long side, but only after the market gets done with this consolidation. It needs to get its life straight. NVIDIA. NVIDIA, I'm looking for hourly oversold. There's my alert. And there's my settings if you want to see them, Jorge. So hourly oversold would be about here. I don't know if you can see that mild gray line, but 29673 would be the hourly oversold area approximately. Tesla, I was looking for hourly oversold, and then Elon laughed, and he is done selling for this year, so he says, and so the filing says. I'm looking long Tesla. So look here, look over here. ALK, I'm looking short. Flow, I'm looking short. Apple and NVIDIA, hourly oversold bounces. Tesla, I'm looking long. So every day my goal is to bring you great stellar setups and give you a handful of bullish ones and a handful of bearish ones so you can match the market. So if the market's bearish, look to those bearish setups. If the market's bullish, look to those bullish setups. So that's what I do every day. Tesla, give me a dip to 1078. Come on, price is right. Bring it down. I'm looking long Tesla. XBI is super weak, so on any bounce we'd be looking for an hourly low or high, but I would like to try a long near 112.15 if the market's bouncing. If the market's not green, then I'm just looking for a tiny bounce to short. And I use the 15-minute to short, so 114.54 or 114.90 could give you good areas to short. Oh, hey, Mary. Congratulations on the grandbaby coming. Best of health and wishes to you and your family. Okay, XLC, excuse me. So where I am with XLC, prior support 79.91. Yesterday we hit 79.55. It's acting as a resistance. We are getting stuck right here on the daily 50 MA. I am an XLC bull for 2022. XLC has been a laggard most of the year. XLC has Google, Facebook, Netflix, Twitter, some big monster companies in there. I'm looking for XLC to get some giddy up and go for 2022, so I want to pull back. But I can short it while I wait for that pull back. So on any bounce, I would be looking to short XLC today. XLF held up great yesterday, really well. But when you look on the daily, this is the kite pattern. I think I'm funny, but I know I'm a nerd. So, of course, we talk about the diamond bearish reversal candle, and this candle down here just kind of bust up this pattern. But forget the pattern, what we're calling it. We went from a higher high to a lower low and V-shaped into the daily 50 MA. Give me that every day, all day, including Saturdays. So we do have a gap fill up here at 39.95. We never filled right there. but I like XLF short. So I would love for it to bounce up toward yesterday's high, 39.49. I'm wrong, over 39.51. You're welcome, Ryan. Hey, MG, thanks for being here. Hit the like button. Oh, hey, Mandeep. Awesome. Is there any chart request that you have? I will go over one. It's 6:55. Dan starts live in the room in 5 minutes. Do I like semis? Yes, I like semi trucks. I like semis. MU has been a relative outperformer, and this could be a daily bull flag. So who asked about this? Camel, I like it. This could be a daily bull flag. Be aware we have an ex-divvy date of December 31st. Sometimes price, oh, that's only 10 cents. It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. I like it. You know what I like the most? And this is crazy. This is nuts. This is like TCG isms. So I like to get a bear break. So if MU could get a bear break, get one, and no follow through, and then wait for a 5-minute trend change, look to go long, put your stop under that low, trying to snag the bottom of that daily bull flag. We know daily bull flags like to break bear, fake bear, and then resume higher. I love this chart. I like that strategy. I'll add it to Queen of the Mountains. You're welcome, Dawn. Okay, Amazon. Amazon was a relative outperformer yesterday. So I always say the key levels are 3403 and 3443. A lot of people get confused with Amazon combining it with tech. Yes, it's part tech, but it's also huge in consumer discretionary and XLY. So that's why it can do its own thing and break off. If Apple's having a bad day, it doesn't mean Amazon's going to have a bad day. So I like Apple if it can get above Amazon if it can get above 3443, and I like it for support buy to 3403. Below 3403.98, I am wrong. Baba. Ugh. That's how I feel about Baba. Can't stand China names. This presents a very, very low risk reward, or high risk reward. No, low risk, high reward. Bottom fish here of 113.70. So if you want to try to snag 113.70, you go right ahead. I am not going to let this chart touch my other charts in my account. But resistance 114.95. 115.48. I have a bias, a negative bias toward Reddit names and China names. I don't like getting caught in all that mishigas, so I leave it alone. But I think it's a great bottom fish setup idea. You're welcome on it. This is TradingView. Okay, one more. I normally don't go this long, but I'm feeling generous. All right. This looks like a bear flag. Yeah. I bet it's even clearer on the 2-week. Yep, potential 2-week bear flag. My son's at Disney right now. So it looks like a 2-week bear flag potential. How do I know that? What made me go look at that? Look at these daily higher highs with very little follow through. Please be careful with this name. We know to go look for bear flags when this is the case. We have a gap fill overhead at 173.87. I would say if we could get over 164, then that bear flag is negated. That's it for me. Thank you for joining me. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notify button. Just hit a button, my goodness. Join us. Follow me on Twitter and use stop losses. Love y'all. Bye.